Hello, everyone. It's a weird start today because I had some technical issues, but we're good. We're streaming at 6,000 bits. We got Mike in the background. I think I just brought him on stage. Freaking lights messed up even. Everything's just off. It's all good. We're back. We're ready. We're good to go. You guys can like and retweet the space the freaking stream and everything again. That would be much appreciated. Let me see if we have Mike. I'm really not gonna keep the intro too long. We got Modern Canadian Mike in the house today. He is part of the Web3 Breakfast, a show we listen to most of the mornings, ran by Jay Chains. Pretty awesome guy. But yeah, we're gonna be doing a little interview talking about Web3 gaming, and then hopefully we're gonna be playing some games. I don't know which games yet, but that is the plan. Anyways, without further ado, let's bring him up. Let's bring him up. Oh, he's not. Is he here? I do have to click him. There we go. I didn't click you before I put you down. Just all the technical issues today. How you doing
Right?
today, though?
It's not even a Friday yet.
I know. It's fine. It happens sometimes. The whole internet, like when your internet is not doing what you want, you're just like, okay, we got to do the whole reset and just freaking get into it, you know? Because like I like had to go down. I'm like starting it live, and then I was like, oh no, I have to invite you still and reset that.
I feel like every time every stream is like something breaks, even though like we never change the settings.
No,
you just turn your computer on, turn it off, and away you
I
go. But
I don't even do that. I don't even do that. I leave my computer on all the time just because like the health reasons of keeping it warm and stuff, you know. I like to just keep mine running, and which I actually learned from you, which is funny. Like way back when I first talked to you. But like I don't even turn it off, so everything should especially stay the same, which it usually does, but my internet was all funky, and I was like, well, I guess I have to restart my computer real quick and get going.
Yeah, because I was looking, I'm like, I hear stuff on the Twitch stream, but I don't hear it on the Twitter, on the X stream.
Yeah.
So I guess we got all figured out. It's all good. It's
yeah,
all good.
I don't know. Maybe it's the multi-stream thing, like you're like jumping around and stuff. But anyways, we got a little interview today, and then I wanted to see if you want to play some games because I can get maybe some cool game clips and stuff. I mean, we could stick to Web3. We could play Ascent if you. I mean, I could show you the ropes on Ascent if you want. We could play. I got Parallel the other day and played a couple games, so we could play Parallel really, and people could see my perspective and versus you, which you're probably gonna whoop my ass if we play that game.
Can we?
I already know because you're a magic guy.
I just did the basically the intro. I just did all like the you have like the quests to get all the free like starter decks. That's all I've done so far. So like I just got started.
I've done like half that maybe, and I haven't even built. Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know. Maybe we should see before. But
that would be cool.
That would be cool.
I actually just came back from playing Magic. That's where I was before here. I was playing
See,
Thursdays are usually like my my competitive nights.
That's why I know you'll whoop my ass because like I don't play that all the time, and it's like if you don't know. Like, I know you would probably learn the meta a lot quicker than I would. You know what I mean? And you'll catch on to like little things. And I'm like, because that's like how you think, right? Because you play that game all the time. Yeah. And so yeah, you'll probably destroy me. I was a TFT guy, so I mean, I do like the strategy games. But
are you talking about Teamfight Tactics?
Yeah.
For the League, I never got into that one. I played League, like I still play League, like 15 years later, however long it's been out for. But yeah, I tried it once. I couldn't get into that one, but like now I think like Alluvium is kind of doing something similar where you catch the I don't know what they're called, alluvials or alluviums or whatever they're called.
Yeah,
you catch them and you essentially can use them in the game, which is like a real-time strategy game.
Yeah, I'm really bummed about Alluvium because that was like my first exposure to MetaMask when I first got into crypto, and I was all psyched about Alluvium because I got like one of the first ever like Alpha 0 NFTs, and I was like, oh shit, maybe that's gonna be a lot one day because Alluvium is like worth a lot now. I was like, maybe those Alpha whatever playtest things. I got in and I like didn't know shit about it, and I think I like just lost that wallet. It's just like. I don't know where the key for it, and yeah, that's kind of sad.
Dude, I lost $800 worth of big time back when I was I got drained. I got wallet drained on my MetaMask.
Really?
I have never used MetaMask ever again. I fucking hate that wallet. I use Exodus now.
That's the funny thing. It's like I heard Like I was very like very safe, I feel like, when I tried to come into crypto and be like, if I ever heard like a horror story about a wallet, like maybe I'll like stick to something else, you know what I mean? And MetaMask was one of those things. Like the only reason I use, I think, MetaMask now is just because like my demo mining device and like my wax or my weather xm, that's like where that, you know, goes, and it's not like compatible with other stuff that, I mean,
Yeah,
that I use so far.
you got to
It
use it
probably
if you
is.
have to use it, right? For
Yeah,
sure. But
exactly.
I don't keep like it's in and out. Like I just use it like if I like I have to use it for big time because big time has to go to my MetaMask, which is
Hmm.
linked. They don't let you connect other wallets, so I have to get it. But it's like it's out right away.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So I was thinking, what time is it? Yeah, we're a few minutes in. I was thinking maybe we get in this interview,
Sure.
and then what do you think? You want to play some Ascent, or do you want to play some
We can play some
Parallel?
Ascent because I'm hot garbage at it. I've literally played like maybe an hour because I've been so busy trying to put up videos, take care of a 5-year-old kid, and
Yeah,
all that fun stuff.
yeah. You play mouse and keyboard?
Yeah, I have. That's all I have right now. Like I
Perfect.
could
I
hook up a
mean, that's what
controller.
I play. So
Yeah. Okay.
if I'm gonna teach you how to play, that's like probably what I'm best
I'm
to
more
teach you
familiar
at.
with the mouse and keyboard anyway, so
Yeah, perfect, perfect. So that's good. That's good. Okay. So this interview, it's not super complicated, but it's half like random shit that, I mean, like that I like, and then half of like crypto questions. You know, like pretty basic, but like we can go down the rabbit hole a little bit with. You know,
okay.
so first question is like one of the my favorite things to do in the world is like eat at places. I'm sure you've seen me post pictures of food sometimes. I love food. I'm like
I'm
I should
the same
I
way.
should be like 700 pounds. So if 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 you're gonna like go eat like your favorite thing, you know, like what would it be? It's pretty simple.
Oh man, that's tough. I love so much food. That's a problem. I have like favorites in different countries, like the nationalities.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, you know what? I'll say something that I kind of like experienced recently that I've really enjoyed. Back in 2018, I went to me and the wife went to Japan before we had our daughter, and I love Japanese food, sushi, and all that stuff like that.
Hmm.
And there's a restaurant that's close to my work. It's called Katsuya, which is like chicken katsu with like Japanese curry, but like I had like a sweet and chili curry,
Yeah.
so it's like sweet and spicy, and everything's deep fried, like the deep fried katsu. I don't know if you know what like it's like a pork cutlet or a chicken
Oh
cutlet
yeah,
that's deep fried.
I love
For people that
katsu.
don't know,
I love katsu.
and yeah, that's my jam right now. I love that, especially like we're getting into the season where like I have a really amazing ramen place by my work, and like
Ooh.
so we're getting to like the cold season here in Canada. It's fall time, so it's gonna be ramen season soon.
Munoz asks, is my guy the star of Hamilton? Asking for a goon. What's Hamilton? I don't know.
Is that like that's like a Broadway show, isn't it? Isn't that like a
Now I'm gonna
show?
have to pull it up real quick. He's gonna probably talk some
I'm
shit to me
pretty sure.
too.
I thought Hamilton was like a show on like a musical or something like that.
It's a film, musical. Okay. You're right. You're going down the right alley. Oh, I
Okay.
see it. I see it. I see it, kind of. Let's see. See if I can make it big. Here we go. Sharing. I don't know if you can see.
I got the chat up on X here, following along. I don't see your screen though. I don't see if you're like searching something. I just see the
Boom.
camera.
Look at that guy. That guy actually looks very much like you in a weird way. Like has the same goatee.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's a crazy call out right there.
There you go. I'm Hamilton.
You're Hamilton, apparently.
That's it. You know, it's funny. Where I live, there is a city called Hamilton. It's only about like a half an hour away.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's not a good place. There's a lot of homeless people there. Don't go there.
Dude, that sounds like I'm from Washington State.
Okay.
If you not know
Oh,
that,
Seattle Kraken. Let's go.
Yeah, like Seattle. Go Hawks, go Mariners, go Kraken. We love it. Go Sonics. Eventually we're gonna get a team back. I believe. But
That's all we can do.
um
Just like our meme. quotes,
there
we gotta
are
speculate.
there's so many freaking homeless people out here. It is absolutely insane.
Yeah,
Bless their
it's been
hearts.
gross.
We don't know where their backgrounds are from, but it kind of gets out of this. It kind of gets out of hand here. If you would,
Yeah, no doubt.
it's funny. No one ever talks about us, but we're like, it's bad. It's real bad. I think it's because our state is so corrupt. Like our government's terrible here.
It's the same across the board, honestly. It's just it's funny. I'm reading a book right now. I've read the Bitcoin standard, and then I'm reading the fiat standard right now, and it talks about how like the degradation of money really degrades society, and like, you saw that after the pandemic and how everything, went down. Like how many people that were already struggling are even worse off now, and it just pushed everybody down the ladder.
Mm-hmm. It really did. It's kind of sad, to be honest.
It definitely is. And then
Anyways,
like, yeah,
I was gonna say, let's get out of depressing stuff. I don't even want to.
I don't know if we want. I don't know if we want to get
depressing.
on a political.
Forget. I don't. It's not a politics show. It's a late night. People are trying to relax and maybe have a giggle or something like that. We don't need to be talking about freaking depressed and stuff. But okay, let's get back into like some gaming. I want to know what your favorite video game is of all time.
Ooh. Okay, my favorite series of video game is probably Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. Pretty much played almost all of them, except for some of the early ones in NES because I was an infant. But no, Final Fantasy VII definitely. I've been playing the remakes on the PS5. I'm actually in the middle of playing the second one. But nowadays, being a dad and doing what I'm doing, the PS5 gets booted up once every couple months. But yeah, definitely Final Fantasies. I've always loved the stories, the universe, the fantasy. Not so much like sci-fi, but like more fantasy lore.
Yeah, you'll actually hate me. It was. I've never really played a lot of Final Fantasy, to be honest. Like I've played a lot of other games, but Final Fantasy has been those ones because I didn't have a PlayStation when I was like really very young, and if I remember right, it was only on. I mean, it wasn't only on PlayStation, but it was mostly on PlayStation, right?
Yeah, it started on like PlayStation. Well, it was on Nintendo like back in the day, like NES,
Okay,
and then
yeah.
Super Nintendo. But then like the more common ones that people play nowadays, they're on like PlayStation 1.
Yeah, see, like I never had those, so I didn't have like exposure. I played at my friend's house a little bit. I did get hooked to the point where I was like, oh, I need to have this. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I was like too into Zelda, to be honest. I was like one of those,
Zelda's
one of
awesome.
those guys. The Ocarina of Time, dude. I played it so much actually, and Majora's Mask. It's actually sick. Freaking what's up, Doom? Doom's hilarious. He's like came in before. He's like, it's almost my bedtime. I'm like, yeah, it's not here, dude. It's freaking 7 o'clock over on the West Coast, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, kind of sucks. It's like I kind of do a late night show for like everyone on the East Coast, but it's like it's not bad here, you know. It's kind of like normal here. So yeah, gotta rock it. Go rock with it.
I'm usually up late anyways.
Yeah, right. Most people are. Most DJs are. It shouldn't even be a big deal, you know.
Can you even be a DJ without like not sleeping much?
According to Doom, you can be. You know. He's like we're going to sleep. We're going to sleep. I'm gonna DJ out during the day. Kidding. Just messing, bro. Just messing. All right, so let's ask a couple crypto questions. I like to ask this one to people because you kind of get to know the person a little bit more. You know what I mean? But who were you before crypto, and how did you find yourself here now?
Oh wow. Honestly, before crypto, kind of the same guy I am now. I have a 9-to-5 job. I'm a automotive mechanic. I work for the biggest telecommunication company here in Canada. So I'm like a fleet mechanic. It's a pretty good job, pretty cushy, unionized job, whatever. So and I got into crypto. It's funny, I was playing Magic actually. I was playing Magic the Gathering, and a buddy of mine told me about like some like Ethereum. Like, hey, it's Ethereum, it's Canadian. I'm like, okay, I didn't pay attention to it. So like I went in, I started like hearing about it because the prices went up on that first bull run, and so I heard it, and then I saw Ethereum went to like, what was it? I think it went to like $1,000 or $1,200, $1,400, something like that. So I got in crypto in the back in the bottom in 2018 when everything went down, But yeah, I'm the same person I was. The only difference now is like, um, after I got into crypto, I got in at the bottom of the 2018 market, when Bitcoin was like $33,000 and Ethereum was $80, and I got in, made some money. I sold it because I didn't know anything, and then I used some of it to buy like the house I'm in now, like the down payment. And then I saw it go. You know, I started actually learning about it more. I got into mining, and then getting into when you're spending all this money on mining equipment, like you're in it now, so start learning, right? So all I've done is just started to read books. After the pandemic, I started to really deep dive into like what inflation is, what is money, like all that kind of stuff. And then and that's like the journey. When you get into Bitcoin, that's really the journey. It's not about what Bitcoin is. Like Bitcoin, you understand, like it's pretty simple to get the gist of it, like unless you want to know like what's under the hood. But it's really about like what is money, because you can't understand the value of Bitcoin until you understand the value of what money is, or how money gets inflated or destroyed, and why it's so valuable. And so that's it. Like nowadays I'm just trying to grow my knowledge. That's actually a part of why I do my content creation, is to just be able to speak better, learning how to speak better about the things that I'm passionate about.
Yeah, 100%. I kind of sit in their same boat too, because I am like newer to the whole I would say that not like investing part of crypto, but like actually like using it, and like where it applies to real world things. I'm still learning a lot of that too, so like it kind of helps like creating things and going down the rabbit hole while you're learning to create things, so I like
Yeah, oh,
that. I love
definitely.
that. All right, here's the next question. What chain are you most bullish on, and why?
Oh, that's easy. It's Bitcoin.
Is Bitcoin?
Yeah, I'm like after, so I was huge on Ethereum. 2021, all Ethereum, Ethereum's the best. It's gonna go to the moon. And then because I was biased, I was mining it, right? And then it moved to proof of stake. And I didn't think it went to proof of stake in a nice way. It kind of just said, screw you miners, we're gonna do this, and that's what it is. And it's like there was really good arguments from really big miners, that were like much smarter than me, showing like the difference between proof of stake and the security and what they're giving up. And there's like three pillars of every crypto. You can have speed and security. You can only have two out of the three things. So you can have speed, security, or you can't have decentralization, right? Or you can have decentralization and security but not speed. Like, you know what I mean? So you can have only two of the three things. And I think Ethereum really lost a lot of that security and decentralization, based on how like the validators work now. So I sold all my miners, and I bought a bunch of Bitcoin miners, got into Bitcoin mining, went down that rabbit hole, and then I'm starting to understand like what Bitcoin is, and again, the economy, how the money works in the economy, what derivatives are, like all the like the stuff around that. So understanding that Bitcoin is the number one, and no one's going to argue that Bitcoin is like the best crypto. Are you going to be making $1 million investing in Bitcoin? Probably not. Maybe over time. It's the best long-term asset in my opinion, but that's my number one. But I still think I'm not like a Bitcoin maxi where I'm like, oh, Bitcoin, nothing else, which it's impossible, because the world doesn't work like that. The world can have multiple things, just like humans. Humans are multifaceted and can like and enjoy many things and be knowledgeable about many things. So I think every coin has their use case. I think I'm like to stick with coins that have more actual real world use case, because in my opinion, everything else is just a speculative gamble. And people don't like you to say gamble, but what speculation is essentially gambling. It's another word for gambling.
Yeah, it is. It really is. All right. I kind of expected that answer. I feel like I've heard it a few times, but but it's always a good question to ask people, because a lot of people have a lot of different opinions on the whole scope of things. And
yeah, and a lot of people are like, oh, Bitcoin's the best, everything's a shitcoin, and most things are. But I think when we put the blinders on, you actually opportunity, you allow yourself, or just not allow yourself to see opportunity. Opportunity is all around, but when you put your blinders on, you don't see it.
For
So
sure.
I keep an open mind. But I try to be as safe as possible, because there are a lot of scams out there.
Yeah, 100%. All right. Web3 gaming. I know that we wanted to talk a little bit about this, but I'm kind of like curious about where you see like the current landscape. Do you think it's headed in the right direction, or do you think there's a lot of like let's say bullshit out there? You know what I mean? Do you think
Yeah.
do you think it's starting to lean more towards legitimate companies and businesses working towards like seeing Web3 gaming thrive, or do you think it's more leaning where it used to be?
I think Web3 gaming definitely has a very bright future. The only problem is because the market is secular, the most people that are in Web3 gaming or Web3 in general are looking to make a profit. It's too monetized. This is the problem I had when I was in Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin, when I was in big time. When I was playing big time, because the way they monetized the system, it was like, actually you played, so you understand. So like we had the
A little bit,
hourglasses.
yeah.
You had to grind. You had to be able to craft an hourglass, and then you
Uh-huh.
had to be able to grind the big time. So everybody was just, the whole idea of being in the dungeon is to make big time, to make profit. So it became to a point where everybody was spreadsheeting like the return on the investment, because you got to pay to get into the portal, and then you get a return on your investment by being in the portal. So it became like a math game, and then you had all these Chinese farmers that were just renting out all the stuff, which little cost to them, and then making a big buck, and then it only favored people that got in early, and then everybody started spending all this money on the NFTs as they went up in value, and they weren't getting the return that the people that were early in. So my thing is, if games and teams can make a game that is fun first,
Yeah.
and there are a few, like, honestly, like when I started doing this, I kind of like, after big time, I was like, I don't even know if I want to make content anymore, because it was terrible. Like I felt like I was just playing and I wasn't really enjoying it anymore, and unfortunately an MMO is really really tough, even for Web 2. Like how many MMOs survive
Not many.
past like five? Not many,
Yeah,
right?
not
So
many.
World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy 14, those are the only ones that have survived like over a decade.
Yep.
And so even Web 2 does that with, and imagine that's like with a team of hundreds of people that can pump out quests, content, all that stuff like that, expansions every year, where a big time, like, it doesn't take you very long to get through the content. And honestly, it's 2024. If you're making a game that has a good story, you got to have voice acting. I'm sorry, invest the money in voice acting.
Yep.
Nobody wants to read anymore. So I think if they make games that are fun first, like the Parallel, I don't care that it's the Web3 game. I just enjoy the game. I don't even care about earning. I just like the card game.
Yeah.
Desolation is like that too. I enjoy the game. Like earning is secondary, because I just enjoy that type
I
of game.
haven't checked that out. What is Desolation?
Desolation is like, have you ever played Diablo?
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
I have.
so
Sorry.
it's like
I don't know why I
like
blinked on that for a sec, but yes.
They have a bunch of different like modes, like survival, PvP, dungeon, or extraction. I haven't played extraction yet, but so survival is just a bunch of waves just keep coming at you, and you just gotta survive as long as possible. And you get more points. A dungeon is what it is. You just go through a dungeon, fight a boss, and then you get loot, stuff like that. So it's kind of like Diablo in that sense. The dungeon part is like Diablo. You have a character, you can get gear, you can get blueprints to get and to make NFTs. If you get the workshops to be able to, the workshops are also NFTs, just like Big Time had workshops, and that you can make armor and whatnot. And so it's a looter shooter. It's pretty good. It's going to be cross play with they're working on the mobile right now, actually. So that might even come out like by the end of this year, by the end of Q4.
I really feel like the fun factor has a lot to do with sustainability in the gaming realm. You know what I mean? And I feel like the Web3 doesn't understand that. Like, for example, Big Time, I don't know this, but did they struggle with like inflow kind of like problems?
You mean like players?
No,
like
inflow of like money. Did they struggle with inflow of money? Because like you think about it like this: you create this game that's play to earn. You, like you said, you went into that game, you grinded the hell out of it, right? And the whole goal is like everyone's there just making money. Then you have Chinese people that come in and rent stuff, and they optimize the whole thing, and then they're like mining the fuck out of it, right? And that has like super detrimental on the whole entire value. And you have to have like inflow sustainable for that type of play to earn to survive. And I don't think like there's a lot of games out there, you know, like was Big Time struggling to like keep its price up, or
at the beginning, the token, let's exclude the token price for a second. So they made a lot of money with their loot boxes at the beginning. So they made a lot of money by people buying the crafting NFTs to craft the hourglasses. So and spaces. The spaces was like your digital like metaverse basically. Um, so you can have your space and you go to the metaverse and you attach all the crafting utilities to them. They made a lot of money at the beginning. They did well with this thing, but the problem is they became greedy. It's like, oh, another loot box. Oh, here's another loot box. They wanted to do is extract value from the people playing, and the
That's the
community
thing,
started
though. Is like
really
that's
feel like, okay, another one. It's
yeah.
$500. It's this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, like, you know what I mean? Like, we weren't getting the return in the game, but it was just, hey, here, buy this one now. Now buy this one.
Yeah.
Where Desolation,
It's
I
no
was
fun
talking
to
to the
do that.
team. No, well, it gets old after a
Yeah.
while, and you just start to see their motives right behind it. And like Desolation, for example, they have another a Web 2 game, like a mobile game that's profitable. So they're saying like, we don't need, like, we can take our time with Desolation because we have a profitable business outside this.
Mm-hmm.
So that, I think games or gaming studios need to have an investment or a stream of income. Maybe if you get some VC money or whatever, maybe invest it and get a stream of income. Start small, build up, slowly, and not have to rely on the money coming into the game, because then you're directly incentivized to extract value from the customers. Where you can, if you have money coming in and you're stable, like financially, you can focus on fun first and then profit will come later. Look at any company out there. Look at Elon Musk. Look, Tesla was not profitable for a very long time until he came in and got shit sorted, right?
Mm-hmm. Hey, I just got to give a quick shout out to the Ascent team because they have that mindset. They're like a gaming studio that is building for fun first, and they're trying to find outside investment and other ways to, make the game actually fun and have people stick around. So I like that. I like that you had that. I think for what it sounds like, there's a lot of people in the industry starting to change their minds and understand that like people don't give a shit about just like grinding and making money. They like the audience that they're catering to is very like, like they don't even care about making money in the first place. Like they're just sitting there wasting their time playing stuff in the first place, like that's the attention you're trying to grab. You're not trying to, like, they don't care. It's like it's an advantage in the end.
It was a good thing that I stopped playing big time, because I was making a lot of like good money playing the game, renting out my stuff. That big time that I got, that they had the airdrops, the leaderboards, and so I was making decent coin. I haven't sold any of my big time. I'm still holding it all. I still think it's gonna go up. If Bitcoin's gonna go up, I think everything's gonna go up.
Everything probably will, yeah.
But it's a good thing that I stopped playing it, because now I was able to like really sit down and like think about this, and like critically think about like, okay, what did big time do bad? And because that was like really my first experience of playing a Web3 game for a long time, like really getting involved in the economy, like every update. I was part of that fam guild. I still am. Like there's still, like, I was very, very involved. And so now it gave me a good basis of information to be able to like critically think. So now every time I look at a new game, I'm like, okay, now I've seen the bad side. Okay, now let's look at what these teams are doing for the good. I think these teams that are doing, like we were saying, I think they might have slow growth at the beginning, but long term, I think this is a more sustainable model.
I do have to say, Off the Grid, I know that you played it and you really, really liked it. That is also another game that I played and I really, really liked. Can you give me like a little reflection of Off the Grid and where you see it kind of playing out?
Man, oh man, the first time I played Off the Grid, I used to be a big Apex Legends player. Big. Used to play it all the damn time. And as soon as I got into Off the Grid, I'm like, okay, this feels like this. It's not quite. This is a cool thing I like about it. A lot of games like Nine Heroes copy other games. Nine Heroes is Overwatch.
Yeah,
right?
It's third person Overwatch with cats. Yeah.
Where Off the Grid is like it's a BR. Everybody know what a BR is. You have something that flies in the sky, you jump onto a map, and then everybody tries to kill each other. So everybody's expecting what a BR is. So nobody cares about it's a copy, right? But the difference is it's the same, but so much of the game is so much more unique and has its own unique thing and its own unique style. And again, they have voice acting, so it looks like they might have like a campaign. I'm not sure. They haven't really announced it yet, but I think there will be a campaign. But like even when you get into the game, I did not think I was playing a Web3 game. I did not feel like a
No,
Web3 game
and
at
it
all.
was like so funny right off the rip. Like
Yeah,
right off the rip. And it targets like the like younger generation of being like just being like let it all out and fuck you type shit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
it
Oh
was
yeah.
it was hilarious right off the rip.
The only thing I would negatively, I would say, like it was not even negatively. It was like a thought that I had. It was like, okay, so there's a lot of swearing in the game. They
Yeah.
drop f bombs and stuff like that. The only thing I worry about is catering to just the adult scene. You really narrow down your player base. Obviously, like we know kids are gonna play like adult games, but they're gonna. But that's some kids. Some
I mean,
parents will
wait.
reach
I just
what
have to
they're playing.
like bring up like Grand Theft Auto. I played.
That's exactly what I
This is
I
a
thought of when I
perfect.
said
This
that.
is a perfect example of like a Grand Theft Auto thing because I don't give a shit. Like everyone from like I remember I have memories of playing that in like second grade. Like
Yeah.
for sure, like vivid memories of like playing for hours and like
Oh, yeah.
doing the
But the thing
pills
about
and run around like sideways and going to strip clubs and stuff like
going in the car, get the car to bounce in an alley.
exactly like get the one go into the Pimp My Ride place and get the hydraulics and freaking bounce around and stuff, you know, like it was like a thing. So I don't know if it will like really apply because there are
Yeah, the only
but
difference is when you go to say, for example, you want to go and play Grand Theft Auto, you have to buy the game. You buy the game, so the company's already made the money. Whether
mhm.
they play it or not, they're making the money just off the sale. So the difference with Web3 games is like especially with like off the grid and stuff like that, it's a free to play model. So they need to make revenue, but if you're not paying for the game to play, then I don't know. Like especially, it's harder for Web3 games to get traction because, like Rockstar will sell a bunch of copies. Maybe people play it for 10 minutes, but whatever. We just made millions and millions of dollars already, so we can sustain still. Where like you have to make the game good enough for people. Hey, I want to pay for this this season's pass. I want to pay for this NFT.
So I have an interesting fact for you.
Okay.
Kids under 18 playing video games is the second largest demographic, but the smallest percentage. They have 618 million gamers that are under 18, right? That's 20% of all the gamers. 38%, which is 1.7 billion, which is twice that amount, about 38% is 18 to 34. And then the remainder is actually above. It goes all the way up to 54%. So here's there is a very large market. They probably have the largest generation, and like you kind of have a point to the fact that like in a few years, more gamers will come, but
yeah,
it might not.
So here's the flip side. Here's the flip side to that same argument I was making. It's like maybe the swearing and the provocativeness of the game will attract the younger crowd even more because
it'll boost
it's like,
it, right?
Kind of like cannabis when it was not legal. It was cool to do because it was illegal, right?
Exactly.
Like,
cannabis.
so,
video games is the new cannabis. Oh shit!
Right?
Oh
right?
shit! All right, I got one more question to ask you, and then we'll hop in a little bit of Ascent for the remainder of this. But where do you see cryptocurrency and Web3 in the future? Where do you see it being used primarily? Obviously, it will drop off. Certain things will drop off and it will die. There will be like certain utilization. But where do you see it in the future?
Well, a part of it depends on like gaming. I think is unique in the sense where gaming has the potential to transcend the bear markets.
Yeah.
Because if the game is really, really fun, people play regardless. Like, what are people going to do when they're waiting for their bags to pump again? They're going to play games.
Yeah.
So, like, I think games have the potential to, if the game is fun first, and again, if this requires the team to do really good, like the team needs to be able to know how to invest their money and get a proper, CFO under their belt there. So when they do make money when the crypto market goes to the top, they can pull their profits, invest it, and have a sustainable future in the bear market. But again, if the game's fun, people play. Like, look at League of Legends, for example. Like, you buy a skin, it does not make the game better for you. You're not better because you have a skin. You just look different, right? So, and people spend millions of dollars on that stuff like that. So, I think for gaming, if they're fun first, they will continue. When it comes to other cryptos, it really depends on the use case. Bitcoin is becoming more institutional, so I still think we're gonna have the ups and downs still in the crypto market, because I don't think you can fully price in the supply shock you get every 4 years with Bitcoin. I think people can try to price it in, but it's just like interest rates going up or down. Nobody can time the market. Nobody, every time there's an interest rate cut or rising the rates, it takes months for that to actually see the numbers affected in the economy. So I think it depends on regulation, a lot of stuff like that. It'll adopt in at different speeds, but it depends on the use case. Like, really, if there's a big demand, people will vote with their wallets, right? If people want to use the blockchain for real estate, they'll do it. They'll start investing in companies that will. There has to be demand for it. Right now, there's a demand for institutional investing in Bitcoin and other cryptos, and I think that's where it's going to go. I think payments, like stable coins as payment structures, rails, will be huge. And like we were talking about today on the show, real world assets. I think everything is could be potential to be on the blockchain. Anything that's like paper, like your driver's license, your medical records, all that can be on the blockchain, especially medical records, because you want that to be as secure as possible. Because how many times have you said, oh, your credit card's been your information may have been leaked on on Google or this or whatever, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I think it depends. It really depends on the use case. But I don't think crypto's going anywhere. It's gonna be around.
Yeah, I see it pretty similarly. I like the point that you touched on with the stablecoins being like a use case. Like, I think it's gonna have a huge abundance of use case, especially with like real world assets and like Ondo you're seeing. I'm kind of upset I missed today's episode because I was a little bit busy at work, but I am really big on the RWA coins. It's part of the reason why I like Algorand and Injective, and even like some stuff on Cardano. There's real world stuff coming, So I'm a big supporter. I'm really excited for that whole ecosystem. Ondo is actually like the coin that I tell most people to go buy, just because it's so easy to sell them on the fact that you can say it's like tokenized US treasuries, and use that kind of language in there, because people hear those like big asset classes and they're like, okay, maybe this is like maybe a little bit safer investment, and that's why I like to use it.
And even just being able to trade this stuff 24/7, right? Because you can play, like, companies can play arbitrage because the market closes at a certain time and you can't trade. So like, what if you can't get to the market in time and it's dumping overnight, right? Like, you can get screwed. Where at least, like, if I believe it could be more stable if it's 24 hours trading.
Yeah, I do
You can be
too.
on it. Like, you can lose a lot. Let's say you have a huge position. And it starts dumping overnight. The market opens at 9, and you can't even sell right now.
That's part of the reason though, like, it isn't open 24/7, is because you can't have people monitor it all, every single day. There's a lot of control, so it's kind of like giving up the reins if they like let it happen all day long, in a way. Anyways, I was gonna say we have like 20 minutes left. You want to hop in a little bit of Ascent, and
Sure,
I'll show you the ropes.
Load the game up. Let's move some windows around here.
Let's see. I gotta pull up this freaking action screen.
I gotta refresh my memory of the buttons.
No worries. Let's see. I'm just setting up the game real quick. Okay, the code is 05WD1R.
Okay, hold on. How do I join a game here? Events challenge, custom game?
Yep.
Oh, so join. There it is. Okay. Sorry, say that code again.
It is 05WD1R. And then your loadout is probably all light, which is probably good.
I don't even know what my loadout is. Oh, there it is. So I'm just gonna go click a default one. Yeah, I'll go light.
Well,
I tried to like customize it and I could not turn whatsoever. I was like, oh, okay, I can't turn it all.
So you'll get a little bit better of a feeling, I think, with the light. So I'll start. Let's see. We're in it. Okay. I'll start the game. But yeah, this will be a lot easier to control. Okay. So quick off the rip controls. It's going to be WA or SD. A controls your left engine, D controls your right engine, and then W is forward with both, and S is backwards with both. And then like you can press W and D together to have, you know, forward and right a little bit and bounce that out.
Okay. Like an angle, yeah.
Yep. You can boost with Q and R or the two side buttons on your mouse.
The mouse button left and right?
Yeah, like left and right. Just like the power slide. I always say boost, but it's a power slide. Technically is what you call it. And then we got medium engines, so that's a little bit faster. Whoa. But that's good.
Oh my god, this is
so you can steer with your mouse, and then a strafe is with your click. So you can go left, right, strafe with your click.
Yeah, when I'm clicking, it's not doing anything.
It should just drift to your right a little bit or left.
I crashed. Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. How do you do like a sharp turn?
So you want to press like, I'll do just like if you're going left, just A, and then strafe left. You know, so do your two left inputs, and then you can drag your mouse for even more.
Really, really slow.
Yeah, it is
turning.
This is a little bit slower of a build compared to what is normally used.
Whoa. So if I press spacebar, it warps one engine. How do I warp both?
So you'll want to press S.
Oh man, this is hard.
It is a little bit difficult, but
you guys make it look so easy.
Yeah, it's practice, honestly. The mouse and keyboard I picked up a lot easier than the controller for some reason, but that's maybe because I use mouse and keyboard for everything.
Yeah, I'm finding it a little easier to use the mouse to steer. How do you do that little like drift? Because I've seen you guys like when you're going around corner, kind of doing a little slide.
Okay, so that's like with that's the power slide. That's gonna be your mouse button or your Q and R.
Oh, I think it's my Q and R.
Yeah, it should. So sorry. So your side mouse buttons, if you could see in the camera, like these side mouse buttons, those ones are your power slides, and then your strafe is like you're clicking right here.
So I'm hearing a sound, but it's not actually drifting me.
It should just like boost you left or right.
Yeah, it's not doing that. Let me check my controls. Did I maybe? Controls. Let me go to the default one here. Simple piloting controls. Should I have that clicked or something?
No.
Oh, that's gamepad, mouse and keyboard. Never mind. Look sensitivity. Let me turn my sensitivity up a bit. Yeah, because I remember when I was farting around with it on my my ROG Ally, and I was able to use the bumpers to do that little slide.
Yeah, it should be the bumpers. Yeah. No, maybe it's just the mouse you're using, but it's Q and R if it's not working on the mouse.
Yeah, Q and R make the same sound, but it doesn't do anything. It makes like a tinging sound.
Do it again. Are you doing it right now?
Yeah.
With your mouse, huh?
It almost makes a sound like I can't, like trying to do something that's not working, like I don't have it.
Weird. I wonder if, I'm gonna kill you real quick, but I wonder if we restart the game if it would work. That's really weird. Did you try? Is it working now?
No.
Yeah, we'll restart it real quick. Might be just a bug. All right. I got the new code whenever you're ready.
All right, let me hop out. Leave race. Okay, go ahead.
It is NMMD3G.
D3G. Oh, was it Three M's?
N. Oh, sorry, I went out again. It's one N and two M's. N as
One
in
N,
Nancy.
two M's.
M as in
Okay.
man.
And the other, sorry, the rest of it?
It is D3G.
D3G. Cool. Joining.
There we go.
All right, let me try another loadout. Maybe that was it. Let's go to the skiff. Which one would you recommend?
That's a good question too. Is what all your build was? Because if it's like kind
I
of
was
like
using the Galanthus.
the Galanthus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I should go to something different.
No, for your battery. Okay, so for your battery, click the Tycho.
Okay.
For your hull, click the light.
Skiff, yeah, okay.
And then for your like battery, do medium.
Duracell or whatever. For the battery? Or should I do a light battery?
No, do the heavy battery, the Tycho.
Oh, okay, Tycho, yeah. Okay, what kind of engine should I have?
I would do the heavy. We're gonna try to do like a little bit of a. Actually, I'm trying to think. Should we do on? Let's do on medium. Actually, I changed my mind because this one's gonna be a little bit faster, but actually you can control it still a little bit better.
So everything medium?
Just choose everything medium, okay?
Cool, got it.
It feels pretty good actually. Even your battery too. Do that Duracell thing.
Yeah, I'm putting everything to medium right now.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. On mouse and keyboard to learn. I don't know about how it feels on the controller.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna probably try on both to see which one I like better.
Yeah. Do you ever play Rocket League?
I did. I have back in the day, years ago when it came out. I used to play it a lot.
Yeah, I'm curious. Curious how you'll like it on controller, just because it's like a finesse. You know, it's a finesse game on the controller where you're controlling like every single button. You know.
Yeah.
Control your rig. Another control I didn't talk about is right off the rip. You can do this, or like at any time. If you press the space bar.
Yeah.
And then hold down S, you pretty much do that hyperdrive, like the hyperdrive boost.
Okay, so you hold S first and then hit the space bar?
Mm-hmm. No, sorry, hit the space bar and then hold S to charge it up. You'll see like a bars that come up on both sides of your engine.
Okay. Oh, there it
just
is.
flew right through me. Perfect.
Oh, did I kill you?
Yeah, so you can kill
I didn't
people
know you
that
can go
way.
through people.
Yep, that's one of the ways you can kill people.
Okay, now my drift is working.
Perfect. Yeah. So you'll get
Okay.
you'll get a little bit better feeling for. Oh shoot.
Oh, I crashed.
Because if the boost is working, that's how
Yeah,
it
because
should
I was
feel.
watching you guys, the last video you did, and I was watching you guys do that little. Like, okay, that's how you go around the turns faster.
Yeah. Michael, the guy that one of the guys that came up with, created the game, he does this really crazy thing on this map with like all the heavy stuff where he's like it's like he's constantly charging his hyperdrive and just boosting around the entire map. It's insanity.
Yeah, see, when I did on the controller, I was able to like control each engine like separately.
Mm-hmm. You can do it on this too. Just like you just click either your A or your D.
Oh, could that help with turning?
Yeah, so on like really, really sharp turns, most of the time I'd like try to keep speed, so I'll use my D or my W button too with it. And just use like a lot of mouse drag instead of just going one engine. But every once in a while when I need to go like really tight, I'll just do one engine.
Yeah, and then I noticed you can't steer when you're trying to shoot.
No, you can boost, but you can't steer.
That was a cool little dynamic.
What I just did?
No,
or
where
with
you
the
can't
the
shoot.
shooting, yeah. That's like where it's part of the skill comes in with the shooting, because when you have like 12 people to 15 people out here like shooting and stuff, it's kind of craziness.
Oh,
A lot of
strict too much.
time you don't know like who's gonna win the race actually, because everyone's like pretty equal in skill level. This is called Death Alley because you can just like shoot all the way down. Yeah.
So the tournaments, how do they how does it work for like scoring this game? Is it just like time trials, or whoever gets the best time?
So it's like a combination of things. There's obelisks, there's your lap finishing a lap gets you points, placement gets you points, getting kills gets you points. All that gets you a different amount of points, and those points are added up.
So you don't have to like be in the lead. Essentially, you can just get a bunch of kills.
No, but there's a different aspect of the game as well in tournaments. So we have a deathmatch mode where it's just like everyone races. What place is like you finish in is what you get. But we also have an Ascension mode, which is Ascent Rivals. It's like, you know, part of the main game. So the first 4 people will cross the finish line, and they'll ascend, quote unquote, and the rest of the map, there'll be random spawn circles that will pop up around like where these obelisk locations are. And when these spawn, you have about 25 seconds to get to these zones safely.
Okay.
And then not die. So like it will be like a battle to the death pretty much in these circles at the end of the game for kills and to basically ascend, because if you don't ascend, all your lap points go away. The only points you earn are from kills and I think obelisks. So it's kind of detrimental if you can't ascend. Realistically,
what are the play to earn aspects of the game?
So the play to earn aspects are going to be kind of like multifaceted. There's going to be basically an in-game marketplace with, you know, different things for ships. There's going to be a whole betting client that is behind this, because this is actually geared to be like a professional esports game. That's what the goal is to be. And and it also is going to be... Sorry, I'm like driving, so now I can't talk. But with the betting, it's going to give players the opportunity to actually like viewers and players to bet on different racers while the match is going. So for example, if someone kills you, you can put a bounty on their head, and the whole map knows about it. So the whole map can go after you to collect that bounty. Viewers can put bounties on your head for people to go after you, and like during competitions. So there's that whole facet, like if you place a bounty on someone's head, someone gets it, then the viewer is going to be rewarded. So it adds like a fun gambling aspect into that whole part of the game. It's going to be I know that they have a NFT marketplace. I think that they built in-house that's going to kind of go intertwined with this.
And this is all on Cardano?
Yeah, this is all being built on Cardano currently. So shouts out to Ikigai Technologies. They're actually the parent company of all of these things. So I'm hoping that they get funding in the next Catalyst. It's a good company to get behind. I really hope that they made good connections.
Interesting thing. Being on Cardano, I almost wonder if the game company makes money, right? You can stake your Cardano and make a sustainable income, right? You pay your employees. You can have runway for the game. It's pretty interesting dynamic actually when you have staking, and it actually also incentivizes people to hold their Cardano instead of selling it. So you want to stake it to make that passive income.
And it's liquid on top of that, so it's like you can do anything you want at any time with it as well.
Exactly.
So,
This is crazy hard, dude. Honestly, like just trying to not crash is insane.
It takes a couple goes for sure. I'd like to see how you feel on controller, because
it just feels like,
so
different.
Like
turning is so sluggish, like, right? You have to really use that drift.
Yeah, you really do have to like use all of your inputs quite a bit. On this last corner, I definitely just do the 1-inch and turn. Because it's so like drastic. I'm gonna do a little chase cam of you right now. This is Mike.
I love that.
He's
that
racing
warp speed
fast.
is Awesome. I
Isn't it
love
cool
that.
looking?
It's so sick
Oh
looking,
no. Oh no. So there is a patch coming out on the 28th. No way, you just fell through the map. Nice. There is a
We're
patch
just
coming
finding
out.
bugs here, guys. This is it.
Yeah,
We're
this
bug
is
hunting.
awesome. There is a patch coming out on the 28th, which is only in a couple days, and in that patch it's going to be massive. I'm pretty sure they're going to be making a bunch of changes to the map, spawn points. I don't know about there's some physics changes. There's as well some start changes to the start, because there's kind of a meta right now. You probably are not aware, but there's a meta right now at the beginning of races where you can almost like kill like, a few people right off the rip, and it's like pretty detrimental to like people. Yeah, that's one of
Well,
those
I'm
that's
gonna
one of those
try
corners
something here.
where you do one corner and you have to like boost for sure.
I feel like my is there sensitivity? Can I increase my sensitivity? Does it look sensitivity?
No, not with your driving. I think you can only do your
Oh,
like
I feel
shooting
like
sensitivity.
I feel like if I put my sensitivity up,
You could try it. I don't know if you did it.
let me try actually with my my mouse has like a DPI thing. Yeah, you really have to like, you know what? I feel like you gotta like synchronize your movements with when you're pressing like D and A. You want to move the mouse in that direction at
You
the same
do.
time.
You do. It's almost like I'll like throw my hands, like you like click it and you go like this,
Yeah,
and you go
you know what
like
this game
it's
would
like,
be?
and it's funny because actually some like maps like you like there's one called Shore where like I'm just like swooping the shit, like I'm going around and I'm going, Woo!
Can you imagine? I was thinking like, can you imagine a controller where you have two thrusters, just like pod racing, and you're just like forward is like go, and you can just move the engines like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would be awesome if you were able to do something like that. I feel like
You
that
said
would be
with
like a
the
thrustmaster.
joysticks, right?
Like you know how
This is
the pod
funny.
race.
This is funny. We this does work. What you're talking about is done. Has been done multiple times.
I can figure that I feel like that would feel the most natural with this.
It's actually super usable. I've played it a couple of times and it's super fun. Like I actually got it down to where I was driving pretty comfortably, and I had a lot of fun with it, to be honest.
I feel like that would feel so natural because you can turn off one engine and do like a little drift, right?
You can do it with this as well. If you press space and then just press like one engine, and then you can start pressing. Then you can start pressing the other, and then release together and get a whole like straight boost out of it. So you aim yourself with one.
New skill unlocked. I see.
Yeah.
I see what you're talking about. Okay,
Yeah.
that is a lot better. It's almost like braking.
It's funny. For one of the first clips I ever made for this game, I thought it was so cool that you could do that, and I made this clip of like a drift off the grip, and I thought it was so cool. Turns out it was not the fastest way to get around corners, so I stopped doing that. Sadly.
So I guess I just used the drift to essentially, in case I'm going to crash, just quickly get myself on track here. Okay, I feel like you pick this up pretty quick.
Yeah, you do.
And knowing the map is hugely important, so you know when the turns and stuff are coming up.
It's the part where other people get involved that really starts, it really starts, getting hard.
So I saw you guys on Tuesdays. You have your playtest nights, right? Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
So is anybody able to join that? Is only like a certain people?
No, everyone is.
I'm free on a Tuesday. I'll come play with you guys.
Yeah, 100%. Please do. Invite your friends. Invite everyone. I want to like do like a Web3 breakfast thing, but I almost feel like it's too difficult for everyone to get jumping.
Yeah, I've noticed like some people just don't have like PCs and stuff like that.
That too
That's
as
why
well. So it's
like,
hard.
Gaming night with the with like Jackbox or something like easy and fun to play.
Yeah, I love the way you're doing it. It's like perfect with those games and everything. I
just want to like again like what Web3 is mass. We want mass adoption, right? So you want as many people to come in as possible.
Yeah, I hear that. I haven't been able to make. Wasn't able to make the last one because it sucks. Because right when you do it, I'm like doing dinner time and all that. So I'm like.
Yeah, it's what I kind of figured.
Yeah.
And I've been noticing people have been coming in later. So I think I'm gonna start it at 9. Like I'm gonna play like Web3 games at 8, but then at 9 o'clock, which would be 7 o'clock I think for you. that's when I'm gonna start the game. I think I'm gonna do like the Web3 gaming community gaming for like an hour. We'll
See,
do an
that would
hour of
be
gaming.
that's like perfect for me because 7 o'clock's like right when I put my son down, and then like
Yeah,
on some nights, like I for sure can like hop in. Not every night, but like for sure, like more often than not, because it's
100%.
yeah.
Okay, that was the longest I've gone without crashing, so we're winning here.
You are getting better. We're doing a little spectating of you right now.
This is fun.
I'm glad you're having
Uh,
fun, to be
The
honest.
first time I played it, I'm like, oh, this is sick. This is like Star Wars pod racing.
It really is.
Gonna be
That's
Anakin Skywalker here.
we really get that response a lot.
I was watching when you were playing with that other guy on was it Tuesday?
Yeah,
And
Daxify.
you're like, I'm on one. I'm on one. You're kicking his ass.
Dude,
That's so hilarious.
I'll be honest, I hit some freaking insane shots in that stream, and I went to go play like the regular play test. I hit a couple more, but after that I was like, I'm feeling normal again. We got all these really good racers in here just freaking ready to
Dude,
whoop
watching
me.
you guys play, like I'm playing here and I'm struggling not to crash. And watching you guys play, it was like, holy cow, that looks fun. Like it's high intensity. Like seriously,
It's
I can just
super high, yeah.
You know what? You know what? When you guys were playtesting, I kind of in my head because I watch a lot of competitive League of Legends. I used to watch the LCS, all the leagues and all that, and I'm like, I can just imagine like an announcer like talking about like just like a hockey game or a basketball game. The announcer going through the game. Oh, he's in the lead, like and all that kind of stuff like that, and showing the different camera angles of all and moving to like NASCAR. You can kind of go to each different car and whatnot. I can just see that in the future.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm hoping that like people come in and like I don't know, were you paying attention to Cardano Clash when I was posting about it at all?
Cardano Clash. I was like heavy in the big time, and I was not like I didn't see much of it, but I did remember you posting about that.
For sure, for sure. So that was like our premiere season for it wasn't our for Web3. That was our first tournament for Web3. We brought in like a bunch of Cardano communities. I think we had 7 communities come in and 5
awesome.
play in the tournament. But the way it works is it's almost crowdfunded. So there isn't like a centralized entity that, scalps and takes all the money, like a Ticketmaster or like regular esports, Um, it's everything's crowdfunded, so the money comes in from the promoters, like people that literally sponsor the race. So you could pay for like a package of advertisement with us, and we will put up different banners and do different advertisement throughout like the production
That's
for
sick.
you, right?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So that's how we get like funding to like put these on. So like that happens. We have the teams come in that also pay to play, which is not like insane money or anything, but like you have 10 teams adding, add up to like a fractional amount to like a decent sum to add to the pot that also goes to paying. The only people that
You
get
can
paid,
even just put a billboard in the game that has like an ad.
yeah, we do.
For the
I
person,
could
yeah.
show. I don't know. Well, you'll see it eventually. I'm sure you'll play in it, but like we have a map where it has all the NFT communities. We have like Drip Drops IO, Summon, Hosky, a bunch of like just literally banners and like 3D things and flags and stuff of all these NFT communities. It could be subbed out for really massive companies. For example, when we were at Rare Evo, Brave saw us, for example, and I think they're going to be running, I don't know what they're doing exactly. I think they're going to be running some like community stuff, but like if you think about it, Brave has the potential to come in and run their own tournaments with all their custom brands to sponsor, and get the small sponsorship. So you have like an entire Brave tournament with Brave being the mainline sponsor, and then all the other sponsors underneath with advertisement throughout, and then you have a whole crowd betting and playing and everything. It's all self-funded. All the prize pool goes out equally. It's like kind of like this perfect animal for esports, hopefully, is what they're building. It's super exciting.
It's funny you were saying about the whole crowdfunding thing. In League of Legends in Korea, the fans actually pay in for a pot, and they actually the grand prize that the winning team gets is all crowdfunded actually from the fans and everything. So it's actually cool that you said that. It's been being has been done in League of Legends for many years.
See, that's amazing. I didn't even know about that. Maybe I'm hoping that, maybe they drew inspiration from that. So, I mean, I looked at it initially and saw how the Cardano Clash went, and it was so positive in my eyes personally. For like the communities, that really got engaged with it. Like the Omen community came out huge and supported like all the racers, and the new, like, we brought in new people to race for them, and they were super supportive, and just like were hyped in the Twitch. It was an awesome experience, and like
Yeah.
people won stuff, like people and our first like tournament ever was sponsored by Saline Mustang. So we're like sponsored by both the most Mustang biggest Mustang part manufacturers, Mustang and Saline. And so like the first tournament we had sponsored by them, we gave away like a $5,000 PC or whatever, custom built,
Wow.
So it's pretty awesome. The stuff we're getting rolling with, other
Dude, I
people
would
that
love
are
to go to one of
excited.
those conferences, the gaming conferences. Is Rare Evo like the gaming conference for crypto?
No, I would say Rare Evo is like, it was initially Cardano's conference, but now
Okay.
it's more of like they're getting other things in and kind of like getting, you know, multi-chain things because it's expanding. They did a really, really fantastic job this year. I'm hoping I get to go next year because they did such an amazing job. There's no way they're not going to have more money next year to make it better. Let's
Oh
just
yeah.
put it into that. But
That's what I would love to do, is go to a gaming, like a Web3 gaming conference, just to
see,
see like
I
all the
don't
stuff.
I think, like, for example, like they just had that thing in Singapore with like Solana Breakpoint or whatever their gaming village is. I think like there's like that kind of stuff going on, but I don't know if there's like a premier, like, I mean,
Yeah,
I guess I'm more
Avalanche
new in
has
this,
their
but
own, and Solana
yeah,
has
there
their own,
isn't
and
like a
yeah.
premier like actual gaming conference. And like, for example, what we're doing is, we're trying to be sustainable and like be fun and be in the regular, eyes of regular gamers. So we're going like to like DreamHack, so we go to
Oh,
like,
okay.
so we were in PAX Rising. We've been killing it this year. So we went to Rare Evo, and we're like one of the I mean, I personally think we were like the best game there, but there's other stuff there that, gets the money and gets the eyes. But besides that fact, I mean, we did that. It was super successful. We networked. It did really well. Then we did PAX West. I got to go to a day of that and do a little bit of content that I put out. But we had PAX West, and that has like, over 120,000 gamers that roll through there. That's like a lot of
Wow.
eyes. And
Wow,
like
no
we
kidding.
had a tournament with one of our biggest turnouts from that. So like if you're like thinking about like growing your player base as a Web3 game, those conferences do a lot better for you than like the Web3 conferences do. um
Yeah, for sure. Because
they
you
really
want to
do.
cater to the
Yeah,
Web 2 people, right?
yeah,
Like,
you do, because it's a
especially in
fun
the
game
competitive scene. Yeah, you
for
want people to
everyone.
play competitively.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I
So,
love it.
next week, October 3rd, I'm flying out to Atlanta, and we're gonna be going to DreamHack.
Oh,
I
are you
can't speak.
guys gonna?
DreamHack ATL. We actually got sponsored to be in like their
Oh,
what's
damn.
it called? Indie Village, like their like special village. So, and then PAX, we're in the PAX Rising Star. So we're getting people like very interested in us. We're having a couple different blockchains even reaching out to us, so, being like, hey, you should come over here
Yeah.
and build.
Honestly, as
You
you were
know,
talking about the ads and the competitiveness, I'm already like in my head, like gears turning. Like, oh man, I can see where the business model is going. I can see where they can make revenue from. Like, I'm starting to like, okay, I see this.
yeah.
Like, it has potential. And like when it comes, I see what you mean by how competitive it can be built to be, with the point system and the getting kills and all that, and how honestly how hard it is.
Hmm.
That's gonna create people. People are gonna grind the crap out of this game, do tricks, and get really good because it's gonna be high skill, right?
Hmm. People already
Yeah.
are, dude. I'm not joking.
Like,
Some of the
oh,
people that play
watching you
the
guys
game
play and
are
like
insane.
actually having my hands on the keyboard is like, yeah, oh my god. I
Yeah.
I can see the difference in skill and the hours you guys have put in.
Yeah. It's a little bit. It's not. Oh gosh, my Algorand is crooked. No,
Oh, that's what that was. I wasn't sure what that was.
my freaking sticky. My sticky. It's one of my three favorites. When people ask me what my top three cryptos are, Algorand is one of them.
I hear a lot of people talking about it. I really don't know much about it.
It's funny. It's one of the things that made me like Algorand so much off the get-go, because I was really big into XRP right off the get-go, and that was like the first crypto that I like bought NFTs with like my own money with and stuff,
Okay.
and kind of explored with. So I liked fast stuff. I like to be able to send my XRP and it to be instantly
Oh
in
my
my
God, yeah,
wallet
honestly.
somewhere, like boom, right? So when I started like exploring different stuff, I found Algorand, you know, and I used it and was like, holy shit, this is like exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm really excited for the future of Algorand. There's some things that like, I like, there's some of those things you can't really do on other chains, you know?
100%. I
So
honestly,
like, that's where I'm like, I would use Algorand like all the time, but like, there's like, I'm like, just, it's an investment for me right now, you know what I mean? Like I'm waiting for
yeah.
some more like RWA things to come in, and personally me to have a little bit more money to put into those things too. So I don't know, it's like, it's one of my favorite chains because it's so good. It's like so good, fast,
See, I was kind of like
secure.
Solana was like that for me this year because
Uh-huh.
I'm so used to using Bitcoin and Ethereum. You know, Bitcoin you wait 10 minutes for a block. Ethereum is quicker, and but it's still like a minute, minute and a half or whatever for it to
Hey,
settle, depending on where you're
Solana's
sending
got
it to.
downtime though. Algorand does
Yeah.
not. And so Algorand's never
So
been down. So
I used Solana this year for big time to get my US for stablecoins to get my USDC out, and it was nice to pay like no fees
yeah.
and it'd be fast. Yes, when it did get congested this year, where I did have a transaction that took like over 24 hours. Like, oh shit, what the hell's going on? I
Yeah.
was trying to do a swap on Exodus, and it just did not. It was pending.
Dude,
Oh shit,
I have a
what's going
story
on here?
about that, dude. It took me, I'm not even joking, bridging was completely like just destroyed. Like you couldn't do it because basically the way Solana works is when you're bridging is it basically like just like resubmits the the transaction
Transaction.
over and over and over and over and over until it like gets through, right? Well, it was
Oh,
so congested and failing so much, you had to do 5 transactions that didn't fail in the middle of a bridge because of the way Solana bridging works. It's absolutely fucking retarded. So
wow.
I had like freaking how like $300 just lost in the abyss for like 3.5 months. I'm not even joking. Three and a
That's
half months just lost in the abyss because I couldn't like claim my bridge on Solana from
that's my
Injective.
main base case for Solana. I'm like, my whole argument is Solana can take a lot of market share away from Ethereum if it doesn't have the same problems it had in 2021, where when it gets congested, it goes down. Because Ethereum might be slow, but it works.
I would like to see what Injective looks like with a huge, like with the same volume that like Solana has, because in my mind, I think Injective would do better, like
Oh yeah.
like
Well,
way, way,
people
way
just gotta
better. And
find it.
it's the same thing, like if not simpler, with all the pretty shit that Solana has too. That's what people. It's crazy. I remember I used to tweet a lot about like Injective being like, you know, if all the degens just came over to Injective, you wouldn't have all these problems, and you could do the same exact stuff just as fast.
Injective has done really well, so I think people are finding it. I think people are
Hopefully,
choosing it over other
their
cryptos.
dude, their RWA stuff is sneaky as well. Because, for example, I was really big into this Hydro protocol. I talked about it before. I could tell they had a lot of money based on like their graphics, let's just say,
Mm.
and some other things I looked into. But they actually announced like not even too long ago, like a couple months, that they're like partnered with Ondo, and they're gonna be like doing DeFi, you know, RWA DeFi on Injective on Hydra. So like I see that ecosystem really blowing up just for DeFi, because if you like, Carrie talks about this a lot with the DeFi over at Cosmos, like the returns you get over there are like far superior than like any other
Mm.
chain. And like Injective, if you like really degen a lot with it, you'll find stuff like Neptune. Like I basically had um a liquid form of Injective called H Injective, which was through Hydro, right? So you mint it as a liquid staking token. So I had that staked over at Neptune, and I was making like 80% to 120% APR on
Wow.
it. like
The
for
only
like for
thing
like 3 month periods. So like think about how much money people are making over there. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
crap ton of money. But
insane.
that was kind of the problem. I got to be careful with that kind of stuff because I know in 2021,
Because
a
Luna,
lot of
right?
people. It was the whole yield thing. Everybody was
Yep.
getting these crazy yields, and we
I
had this
hear that.
cascade.
I hear that argument
It's
for sure.
nice now because we're in a bull market and things are up. But like when things are crashing and everything's going crazy and people are trying to sell at the same time, those yields may disappear. And not to mention, if you have wrapped tokens that aren't your tokens and bridges, like I don't know, I think people try to stick to that yield. Oh, I want to get that yield. Where like you want to yield is nice, it feels nice, but price appreciation, like just capital gains, is pretty damn good too.
Yeah.
So I don't want people to get caught on because people just chase yield, and you're throwing your money around.
You shouldn't
And
put 100% into that for sure. I'm not trying to say that
no,
either. I want
that's
to
your
preach that as well. Like, no one, you should never put 100% in your bag into any of these DeFi things. Like, it should
yeah.
be like a part of your portfolio that you like to partake
100%.
in. Yeah.
Because it also breeds that whole gambling aspect. People, more people will gamble, more people, and we don't want like crypto to like again have fun and gamble. Go balls deep, like have fun. But on the other hand, make sure you're trying to be as responsible with your portfolio as you can. That way, you don't get wiped out, right? You can gamble and go crazy. Oh, I lost some money. Whatever. I'm not wiped out. I'm fine. I can continue going, right? And that's why, because I think people chase the yield because everybody wants to get wealthy and make life-changing wealth, but like you only some people get lucky and hit it big.
I'm sorry. I'm like looking off to the side because my wife's coming in and she's like, "Are you almost done?" And I'm like,
I want to watch TV.
yeah, I know. I'm trying to hang out.
You guys have like a show that you guys watch together?
So we just started this new one. It's based on like a true story. It's called it's something about like the Hernandez brothers or something, how they like killed their parents. And it is it's produced by the same people
like a
as
true crime
Dahmer.
kind of thing?
Yeah. But it was produced by the same people as same person as Dahmer. It is not like Dahmer because Dahmer is who he is, but it is like pretty like right in your face, like dang, that's brutal. Whoa,
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I like that stuff. So I liked it pretty much. So I'm gonna probably
What's it called?
get off of here, smoke a little bowl, and eat some of my little homemade ice cream. So this will be perfect.
Nice. Enjoy.
For sure. What were you saying? What was the name?
Yeah, what was the name of the show?
I will look it up literally in 2 seconds. The Mendez Murders. Eric Tells All.
Awesome.
It's on Prime Video, it looks like. But
okay, I got Prime.
Yeah, you'll like it. I mean, I like it if you like crime stuff, but it's just like, whoa. Like, I'm not just like right off the gate, you're like, whoa, what happened to these guys? So I think it kind of like shows what happens, and then I think it like dives deep into like what their life was like. So
okay, so it's like boom, and then here's the story.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's like the escalation of like, why the hell did you just do that, you know?
Talk about grabbing your attention, eh?
Exactly, right? But anyways,
awesome, man.
Mike, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. This is great, dude. This is awesome.
I had a lot of fun. We'll have to do it again. I think it's important for more conversation about Web3 gaming to happen. You know, more content needs to happen. The games that are being made that are good need to have advocates that, you know, are out there being like, yo, come play, this is not gonna be a fucking scam, please. You know,
the bull market is just starting, so like more people will start coming in, more people are going to be searching crypto, and just as the prices go up, because price motivates everybody. And then we want to make as many videos as possible, that way like when they all come in, it's like, here's all the videos I've made, start watching them all, start learning, start getting into it.
Exactly. So, it's gonna be great.
We definitely got to push that. It's up to us to push this Web3 and Web3 gaming out there.
Exactly. I love it. But yeah, thank you so much, Mike.
Man. Thanks
really
for having
appreciate you. Shouts out to Web3 Breakfast. We love them. Peace.
All right. Take care, guys.
Well, guys, Thank you for coming out for Real Reviews. I am going to go relax. It is Thursday, so you will see me next week. I have a little fun video coming out tomorrow. Should be funny, hopefully. Leave it up to some surprise, and I will see you guys next week on Tuesday. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be doing a Thursday stream because I'm going to be flying out to Atlanta. So just Tuesday next week. It's just going to be the playtest. So we hope to see you there. Everyone is welcome. Make sure you hop into the Discord. DM me if you don't know what that is. I'll get you hooked up. Yeah. Peace, everyone.